Welcome to another live stream. What's up, M? What's up, Vagers? Vagers Hope. Warnock Chambers, what's up? While everybody's rolling in, let's see what Bitcoin is doing. Yeah, everything is in the nosebit section. There is some cool things to buy. I just bought some Kiamato. Remember to swap to wrapped PLS. If we pull this from the lows. It's just left the reload zone, right? But what's a few way between friends? And look at this chart. I mean, it's down significantly. I think it's part of the Atropa ecosystem. I don't know why my horizontal rays aren't showing. Still down 95% against PLS from the all-time highs. USD chart looks... It's about to break out the USD. Let's look at Blastar. Then we don't have to look at BTC. All the excitement is on Pulse Chain anyway. Rallying up here. Don't know what is going to happen here. Just put up the RSI. The RSI is still quite low here. We can easily make an all-time high or a new high here, and with the RSI still lagging, it's so far away from the all-time high here, where the all-time high in price is not that far. So I would form some bearish divergences there. It looks a lot like the top that we made back here. Hopefully we can blast through these levels and defeat the bearish divergences that will form here. But so far this looks good. BTC overall looks like it wants to have a bounce. BTC can come up to this 45,000 area. And that will give enough room for PLS to probably do the same. We are already inside the reload zone here. So this is the reload zone in reverse. This is where shorters will try and short the market. Their stop losses will be at the 78.6 level. So we've got some resistance here, but that's a clear W there on the daily. Either this makes a double top here and forms bearish divergence, with price going higher, something like this, or we blast off really on price and make new highs here on the RSI. That's the bullish case. Or unless BTC found its bottom here. If BTC's found its bottom here, because everybody's expecting lower prices, including myself, I would love for this 30k area to be retested. It would hurt the most people if you would stop it here, and if that was the only correction that we're going to get. Pretty much. Let's look at the stock market quickly. Still at all-time highs here, blasting through. That's the S&P, the Nasdaq. Above all-time highs here. So yeah, we're gonna see that everything bubble. The oil rallying. What's the dollar doing? Just selling sideways. Okay, let's look at Blastar for you guys. See, it's recently had a correction. It's up 50% now. So this is the daily chart. Your RSI has printed at 58. It's quite high, but not like something crazy. You would have liked for it to be a little bit lower here. Let's look at it versus PLS. You can see we are inside the reload zone. So we've come back to value. There's nothing on the charts or the indicators telling you that this has bottomed yet. The 4-hourly RSI got nice and low. Probably formed some bullish divergences, so you've got that rally now. It's probably going to roll over and come back. Either way, if you loved it up here, you can finally start getting interested, right? Yeah, it's kind of like a little bit late here for cheap prices. Or in the overall scheme of things, you're inside the reload zone, right? But if you really want some cheap prices, this is the area where you should be interested. Now we've got these reload zones overlapping. If you don't have anything and you really wanted some, I can't fault the granny for if she wanted to get some in here. It would have been great if you caught the bottom a few hours ago back here. But it's not to say this is the bottom. It can still go a little bit lower, and that's where you need to learn to manage your risk. Bear versus Atropa ratio, please. That's an interesting pair. Bear versus Atropa. Teddy bear. Let's get the contract address here. We'll paste this in. You say that the bear versus Atropa. This is this pair here. 500,000 in. See, the last time I took a look at this was right back here. Okay, so this is the daily. Let's look at the ratio between the two. So this is B-die outperforming Atropa here. Or that's Atropa outperforming Teddy Bear. Yeah, which is the one that's rallying? Atropa is rallying. And so Teddy Bear is cheap versus Atropa here. This is inside the reload zone. It's a falling knife at this moment, but I can't fault to the granny if she wanted to get some Teddy for her PLS here. Teddy for her Atropa here. So she'd be selling some Atropa for Teddy Bear. RSI is the lowest it's ever been. And the prices are still higher. So this is very, very strong bullish divergences. Maybe you can find some bullish divergences on shorter time frames, but yeah, so the hourly does have the daily, not just yet, but you can look at where most of the volume is traded. So I made a little mistake there. Let's just see if this is. I want to get it as accurate as possible. Okay, it's still in the reload zone, that's fine. So Teddy Bear is in value here versus Atropa. But hasn't told you that the bottom is in just yet. Let's look at the volume traded. Also in this area here at the 78.6 level. Looks like a lot of traffic there, a lot of confluence. Lots of trading happened there as well. This is this level here. 6 zeros, 8714. Getting nice and oversold. Okay. It's an interesting one. What's up, Benu? What's up, Raymond Ray? Don't trade, peeps. You'll fuck it all up. Yes, don't trade. Can I look at ink, please? Thank you. Ink at $3. Massive wick here. Wicks and tails like to be eaten, especially if the price action is above the wick that you're concerned about. So if you can stay here, this wick is most likely going to fill all the way to $4.20. But we should really be interested against the PLS ratio. Not much to say here, other than the RSI is very high. The breakdown level was down here at 9,656 PLS per INC. And then this is the nosebleed section. Value for INC versus PLS is in these areas down here. It starts in these areas down here. It can go much lower. And there's really no structure in this area here. Price action moved very, very quickly through this area. And it's going to want to retest it. So this area here, because we've got some price action here. So between this area and this area here is a massive price gap. If it wants to go higher here, it will most likely form bearish divergences as the indicator is trailing far behind here. If it really wants to invalidate that, it needs to pump really, really hard. Grok. Is this Grok on pulse chain? It's probably Grok on pulse on Ethereum. So you've got location, it's cheap, you're pretty much like at the 88.6 level. Yeah, you're bouncing off it here. There's no indicator confirmation, so there's no bullish divergences here just yet. You're starting to form some market structure. You need these higher lows to form, to hold, to form and to hold. And that's your breakout level there. Let's look at it versus wrapped ETH. Just put up an indicator quickly. Yeah, nothing really there. Pretty cheap. You need to see a W come in on the chart. You need these lows to hold. And you can just wait for it to close above that level. If this is it, if it makes new low, it needs to reform, double the bottom, and etc. etc. The RSI can go a lot lower. There's no bullish divergences to speak of just yet. So, a little bit early. It needs a little bit more time. Ounces and ink number, hopefully you stop now. I buy PLS and PLSX. You guys need to understand from my point of view. So, to fight the impermanent loss. Now, it's not really impermanent loss because I don't mind getting either side of the coin, but I need to add the rewards back into the farm. That's just how farming works, right? And I've had that farm from the start. And I promise you guys, like, my bags aren't that big that I'm affecting the price for you guys at all. Like, I need to put that rewards back into my farm. Take a look at Katie's stats. Is this not a new one? This is a new one. Oh no. This is the one that's a month old. So it was rugged, right? And they continued buying it. Let's look at it versus PLS. Yeah, you're just moving sideways here. 1K liquidity. Sort of Von James bought some of this, I think. You're just about value. If you can get it in the green box or below it, that's where value is at. Sold my Blast yesterday. We looked at Blast, right? Should have been selling the top, but if you bought the bottom and you're up in profits, that's fine. I mean, there's nothing that's telling you this is bottom is in just yet. It does look like it wants to go a little bit lower, especially on the daily chart. Either way, you don't have to catch a falling knife. The granny can just wait for higher lows to form. Hopefully it forms inside here. It went up very, very quickly, so be surprised if it takes a little while to consolidate, which would be healthy. What's up, millionaires? Sold my teddy for P-die. You sold your teddy for P-die here. I think you can look at the ratio. P-die is pumping. You should be selling P-die for teddy here. Let's see if we can find the ratio. There's actually no teddy and die liquidity pair. Interesting. Steady bear is, it's not cheap because it's left the reload zone on the short term, but it's still in the reload zone here. Where die, let's look at die quickly. I don't think die's ratio has left the reload zone yet against PLS. Yeah, it's not left the reload zone just yet. So yeah, I mean, teddy bear is slightly the better deal here. But they're pretty much the same price. What's up, Oscar? Can I chart PDXN? Oh, you sell that in boutique. Okay, cool. Nice rounded bottom on the USD here. Same. What am I doing? Oh, this is market cap. Price. What am I doing? Nice double bottom here. It's kind of a little bit too late. It looks like it's rolling over here. So it might give you a chance to get some in here. Let's just look at the indicator and tell us if it's got some divergences. Yeah, all the way from back here. It actually doesn't look bad. Just if I can get it in here or lower. This is the PLS ratio. We've got bullish divergences. It's obviously incredibly cheap. Groku. 34K in liquidity. 2 weeks old. So it got nice and cheap. Gave you a nice chance to get it inside the reload zone, but it's unfortunately left it now. But I mean, you can still chase it here. It's so close to the 61.8. What is a few beats between friends, right? Guess I can go through a few ratios. This looks like a cup and handle. For the PLSX ratio, not gonna lie, looks like it wants higher. The ratio, the 3-day, nothing bearish there, it's gonna go higher. Daily, little bearish divergences if we take away the candlesticks. It looks like it wants to, it's probably all, it's at 66.71. So close, it's probably gonna disqualify it pretty soon. Either way, PLSX, it's not in value anymore. It's left the value. We were talking about it at the lows here. Hit the like, subscribe. Be much appreciated. Hex. Trying to make new lows here, right? Let's see. That's the last line of defense. The RSI 41.07, 41.09. We're so close to destroying or disqualifying or invalidating this bullish divergences on the weekly. For the EHEX to PLS ratio, which is not good, you wanted that to support the price. The 3-day still has bullish divergences on the 3-day. It's incredibly cheap pretty much. This is the cheapest ratio there is. So yeah, not everything has kind of left the station. If you want to buy cheap things, EX is definitely one of them, especially on the ratios versus PLS. But EX is not sexy right now. It will be when the green candles return. Let's look at the hex ratios. Yeah, so the two ratios aren't doing much. EX is still cheap here versus PX, and they're just moving in this accumulation range. Not much has changed there. Although EHEX is still cheap versus PHEX. This is a new high, so technically that was a breakout. Markets like to show me a new high and I'll show you a buy, right? So eventually it will break through here. Let's look at the combined CHEX. Hex combinator, it's this one. This is the combined hex price. Oh, it hasn't broken out just yet. This is the breakout level. It's tried, but it hasn't broken out just yet. It's the exact same as the other hexes. EHEX or PHEX versus PLS. Nice in value here. Some bullish divergence is forming. I'll definitely look out for the 78.6 level. This doesn't look like it wants to stop anytime soon. But either way, it's in value. If you've always wanted some and you really wanted to pull the trigger, I'd expect it to go lower and maybe have some more dry powder if it does go a little bit lower. But this market has waited for a while for this to correct. It's performed really, really well versus PLS. But there are some bullish signs down here as the indicator of the momentum is still higher, while price action is going lower. But it's still early. We can wait for even a W to form on the chart. So a higher lows to form, and then when price action closes that higher high, we can go long. You're gonna miss out on a few percentages, but we've looked at the incentive token. Let's look at some of the top gainers. PLSX with almost 5 million liquidity or volume traded. What am I talking about? Teddy Bear. PDI up 300% in the last 6 hours. Really? It's a pleasure. Caution Tiago wants us to look at up and UpX. I recently bought more up or UpX. I'm not quite sure which one. I've been buying each level as we've been going down. Always look at it versus the PLS ratio. Incredibly cheap here. Bullish divergences as the indicators going higher, price action going lower. Very cheap here. My next buy area is this 4,208 up per PLS. But it's getting cheaper. I've bought all the way down, but I knew even when I bought here it was going to go lower, and I had dry powder on the side to continue buying lower. So obviously no one's talking about it because it's cheap. So yeah, here's another one that has not left and is not in the nosebleed section. UpX, if we remove the candles, these are bullish divergences as price actions going lower, indicators going higher. Pretty close to 88% down from the all-time highs versus PLS. Very cheap, right? This is what we should be interested. This is where opportunity is, not with something that has rallied 400%, right? This is where value is at. Time took a little bit of a dump earlier. Massive rejection here. Hopefully I sold some. I didn't get to my double because I was buying at this 20 area, so it didn't even get to 40. Unfortunate. Either way, a little bit above the reload zone. This is the overall reload zone. And on the shorter time frame, we can do another one. And it actually bounced off the 61 on the shorter time frame. But either way, we need to wait for the larger one to be hit. Let's go back to the top trend. DAI, we've looked at DAI, incentive 2-cent club. Bleak about this one. Either way. All of these are just too high to look at anyway. See what loan token is doing. Just making new lows. Still got bullish divergences. Okay. See if there are any coins here. Looked at Hex, Halgo, NBA. Let's go through them quickly. Never broke again. 4K in liquidity. New highs on the USD value. Massive W on the chart here. You can just see it here. And there are obviously some nice small ones down here. Boom, 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 boom. Gave you a chance to buy it. This is the nosebleed section. It's on its way. It's probably too late to chase it here. If you wanted to chase it, we'll have to wait for this 15 NBA per PLS, 15.6 NBA per PLS. You can see how these reload zones are overlapping here. It's going to be a powerful level. If you can get it there, or either way, this is probably just going and it's too late. If you really want some hope and pray, it comes back to these areas down here. That's NBA. Let's look at Halgo. $3 million in liquidity. Let's look at it versus EHEX. Versus PHEX, excuse me. Was trying to outperform PLS here, or Hex here, rallied off back to the accumulation zone. It's cheap versus Hex here, right? You're inside the reload zone. So yeah, Halgo is definitely cheap versus Hex here. RSI is quite high. Grace currency. It's probably too late, right? Too late. Should have been. I was charting this here. Like in these areas. Should have been getting it at this W. Gave you a lot of chance to get in. This is too late now. This is where value is at for this. It can go higher, right? If price action wants to go higher, it's fine. The accumulation zone just extends, just gets a little bit larger. But that's how you guaranteed to not chase. It's probably gonna look something like this. The 61.8 being the previous breakout level, something like this. We've looked at loan token, bullish divergences, but still making just lower prices. It needs to make a W, it needs to make higher lows. We've looked at the incentive token, granny token. So granny rallied up like 80% today. We look at it versus Rapid Pulse. This is another coin that's still down like 90%. 87% from the all-time highs. Liquidity locked. I founded this coin. Literally, the weekends have been rinsed in this. 90k market cap. Incredibly small. So much opportunity here. And the upside is immense. You can see the nice little W's on the chart down here. Higher lows. Like, this is where opportunity is at. And it's down. A lot. It's at its 88.6 level. So this is pure value down here. There are some coins that are still in value. We just have to find them. Cake. Let's look at it versus Rapid Pulse. See if we're still inside the reload zone for Cake. Yeah, Cake is still in value here versus PLS. So another coin that has, it's not in the nosebleed section. Have we done? Yes, we've done e-hits. Caviar. Yes, we did do EX already. EX is by far the cheapest coin there is. Caviar. Cheapest PLS ratio that there is. Not beautiful little chart, like spent so much time here in the accumulation zone. But I can't chase it here. Value for this is down here. At 172 caviar per PLS, at 97 caviar per PLS. That's a nasty red candle here at the top. Hopefully some buyers step in here for you. It's only been 37 minutes. It feels like this live stream has been much longer. Okay, I think that's pretty much everything. Yeah. I was 40 minutes and we went through everything. I'm going to finish this live stream here. I thought I would jump on quickly. What's up, Red Squirrel? I'll look at Tetra for you. I know you want to look at that. I bought some more Tetra yesterday as we were breaking out. Tetra is breaking out versus its USD. Let's look at it versus the ratio. You can see that's my breakout level that's plotted on the chart there. Price action is above it here. So I actually got some yesterday. It's very cheap here. Or it's almost not cheap anymore. It's just still inside the reload zone. So Tetra is another coin that's still in value here. PayPay on Pulse Chain. It's made new lows versus PLS. See if the indicators are bullish. Yeah, so bullish divergence is there for PayPay. Incredibly cheap, right? Pretty sure this can't be the only liquidity. 42k is there on this pair. Let's look at that one. Bullish divergence is there. Incredibly cheap. You haven't formed market structure yet. I mean, I can't fault the granny if she wanted to get some here. She needs to see something like that. Very cheap, right? And you've got indicator confirmation. So you've got location indicator confirmation, but we don't have structure just yet. Structure is a double bottom, a higher lows and a higher high. That's market structure. Very cheap. Bullish signals on momentum as well. Yeah, that being said, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in the next live stream. Like the damn video, and I'll see you guys.